Welcome to Turtles Rising, a podcast where we're very excited about Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Finally, again, we're out of hiatus. At least we were for one day. I am not sure if there will be more episodes. I'm currently not as active on Twitter anymore. But yeah, hello. I am Natty.
I'm M.
Yeah, this is the unofficial cursed episode of Turtles Rising because we've attempted to record several times, but there were technical difficulties or a cat stepping on a power button. But yeah, let's just do this again.
Yeah.
Last Saturday, we had 4 new episodes, and we are going to talk about the first 2 episodes that aired, which were Breaking Purple and Repairing the Baron. Just as a disclaimer for every podcast episode, we will talk spoilers for previous episodes, possibly, very likely, especially for the episode Repairing the Baron, and whenever we see Easter eggs popping up.
Yeah, the overarching plot, which is there for the doubters and non-believers, we will definitely spoil aspects of it.
Yeah. Also, very sorry if we don't sound as excited about these episodes or this first episode as we should be. It's literally just because we already recorded an entire half podcast, which went down the drains. But we still were very, very excited about the hiatus being over temporarily.
Oh, yes.
And as we realized what it feels like to have a serotonin endorphin shot.
Yeah, like an endorphin release. I was nervous because I was not sure if like the episode, like this show was as good as I remembered because it had been 6 months almost since we had a new episode.
The last episode, Todd Scouts and Goys, according to iTunes, was released on iTunes on the 30th of November, which is 5 months ago.
Yeah. So it was almost half a year since we had new episodes, and I was just like, oh my god, what if the show isn't as good as I remember? What if I'll be disappointed? And then we watched the episodes, and I was not disappointed. And it's funny because I felt like I should categorize this feeling somehow, because I felt the actual endorphins release at like in my brain, and like the warmth went down my spine. Like I enjoyed watching the episodes so much that I could physically feel the like happiness hormones just rush down my spine, which is good.
Like ASMR for your eyes and ears.
And yeah, Breaking Purple. I loved Breaking Purple. It was mostly because I am biased and I enjoy Donnie episodes.
I'm not sure if he's actually a new writer, but according to Twitter, Breaking Purple is the first episode of anything ever that has aired that Josh Riley Brown has written. And congrats for that. It's a really good episode to start this entire thing off.
Congrats, my dude, because this is a really strong way to start. Yeah. I enjoy all of them. They're all very, very good episodes. But still, like, this one definitely is in my top 10. I liked it a lot because it hit all of my personal sweet spots.
Yeah. I mean, you're very biased because you're a Donnie stan.
Yes, Donnie is my favorite.
I, as a primarily Leo, secondarily Mikey stan, still enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're all good. It doesn't matter which one is your favorite. All the characters are amazing. Like I love all of them. I love all of them 100%. I just like Donnie 110%. Okay, that's like that's how it goes. Yeah, and Donnie's making this sandwich at the start of the episode, like some sort of Frankenstein's monster. I don't know what part of this is supposed to be a burrito. I mean,
what was the name again? I still don't know.
It's an avocado bacon burrito witch or something like that. It's a very long name for something that just looks like it's drowning in carbs.
Yeah.
And yeah,
there's definitely bacon and avocado in there, and it looks like jalapenos or something like that. Either way, it looks gross and greasy, and yeah.
I mean, I'd try it. I mean, like, if I was offered, I would try it. I really like the dad Donnie in this episode. I enjoy that he's just having actual like young single father problems with Sheldon. It's so cute. I love Sheldon.
According to his updated version, is now 13 years old.
And now we have a teenager Donnie and his teenage son. I also love how he told him so. He told him no drone racing in the house. He emailed him no drone racing in the house and texted him no drone racing in the house.
It's like me when like something urgent is going on, I text and email and do all the things at the same time, and something is like very urgent.
He wanted him to stop drone racing in the house, and he's like, "You guys have a skate ramp and I can't drone race," which is a pretty solid argument.
Also, the joke of this entire episode, of course, being that a teenager is being like having dad problems with his robot that he invented.
Yeah, I really like that.
The entire personality. I mean, except for the personality that Sheldon has now is mainly based on what episode was it?
You're talking about Smart Layer?
Yeah, Smart Layer.
Smart
when Leo reprogrammulated him.
Yeah, reprogrammulating is easy. Because this entire episode wouldn't have worked on its own if he still had the Master Donatello's slices kind of attitude and voice.
Yeah.
So, like, and I love that. Because it gives him so much more personality. I love Sheldon as a character. He's
adorable.
He's so cute. His design is so cute.
I love that. I mean, I really liked his little box with eyes design that he had in Smart Layer, where he was just a floaty box. But this Sheldon, I mean, we saw this Sheldon before in what is the one where he updated his brother's brains?
Mind Meld.
Mind Meld, yeah.
He has already introduced us to Sheldon 2.0, but I really like how he is shaped like a turtle. I just love that. It's cute.
Yeah, I don't know. In Mind Meld, it was the same Sheldon, but in this one, he's more expressive and even cuter than before.
Because at this point, he has a history, and it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason he talks like a surfer.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason specifically. I don't really know what Leo was trying to achieve. He talks like a surfer now, and that's good.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Sheldon's such a troublemaker. He's drone racing in the house. He's charging until noon, eating pizza, drinking soda somehow. I don't think that's very healthy for a robot. His little headphones on. It's very cute. His shape is just wonderful in this. I love how floppy his like helipads are. Like they're like soft and floppy. He looks like he's just squeezable, and
it looks like the floppy
design.
things are made of rubber, and he's not made of metal at all. But yeah, Donnie is collecting robot children that he's responsible for. He
has fathered Alberto as well, technically.
Mm-hmm.
He did give him sentience, and it was his birthday, meaning that technically Alberto is also Donnie's son.
If we ever see Alberto again, that's the
I
thing.
need Alberto.
Outside of Easter egg moments like this one, where he is even twice in the background in some form of merchandise, which I wonder, why do they have merchandise of their villains that they're fighting?
Of course they have merchandise of their villains. It makes their IP more valuable. The brand, if they're kicking popular villains' asses, that makes them cooler.
Is this Mrs. Cuddles there?
Yeah, Mrs. Cuddles is just kind of hanging out.
Why is she there?
Yeah, I don't, considering that we don't really know what makes her, do things. She grew when people are frightened. I don't think that she's a yokai specifically.
Yeah, it was never explained.
They never explained what made Mrs. Cuddles move. Is she possessed? Is she possessed by a demon?
She's not a mutant. She's not a yokai. She is just a plushie that does things.
She feeds off of people's screams.
Mm-hmm. Also, definitely one of Raph's teddy bears.
Yes, it looks like it has little armor. Or bandages, maybe?
I think it's bandages.
I mean, it has survived many cuddles with Raph, and Raph is a very spiky boy.
I wonder which animator put their cat in here.
Yeah, I know, but considering that Splinter's a rat, I don't know if they should be getting cats.
Fair.
And then go looking at a Mikey seminar with Dr. Feelings called Hug It Out. And this picture of everyone hugging does not include Donnie. Where's Donnie?
This picture looks a little bit like the hug that they shared at the end of Evil League of Mutants, but Donnie definitely was in there.
Yeah.
So, Donnie, where are you in there?
Yeah, it's a little bit like...
Don't be afraid of feelings.
Yeah, he's so afraid of feelings that he's like retroactively erased from flashback hugs. he's really not into feelings. But Mikey's being adorable. I love every time Mikey puts on an outfit, my heart grows 5 sizes. It's starting to become a health concern.
He's so cute. I love his little glasses and his teacher outfit here.
I love that he has a little microphone. He's just talking to Donnie. Donnie's in the room. He doesn't need a little microphone, but it looks really good.
He has a very important message to deliver, okay?
That is true. He needs to make sure Donnie hears it loud and clear.
Yeah.
And the message is that Dr. Delicate Touch feels nothing.
Such a good moment. I love that. I literally scream laughter. And it's moments like these when I'm like, okay, Mikey is such a close second favorite for me because he is hilarious.
Yeah, Mikey and Donnie are definitely the 2 funniest turtles.
Yeah.
I mean, Leo, Raph are hilarious as well.
Leo would like to be funny.
Yeah, he tries. I think he tries a little bit too hard.
Yes.
It's effortless with Donnie and Mikey, and they do have separate like completely different energy. Like Donnie has this calm, logical energy where he's like he's just oozing sass, and Mikey has this like over emotional energy, and that's also why they're such a good duo in episodes, because Donnie tries to logic Mikey down, and Mikey tries to like emotionally hype up Donnie.
I mean, Dr. Delicate Touch is so hardcore in delivering the truth that he cannot allow himself to feel anything.
Yeah, I love that his brothers literally fear Dr. Delicate Touch. Yeah. But yeah, then Mikey helps Donnie do a revelation.
Same image.
Yeah, it's the same image twice. Oh, silly me. I must have accidentally included the same screenshot twice. I see no difference.
I love Mikey's expression. This show has gotten so much better in the expressions. I mean, the animation, of course, but the expressiveness of the characters, the expressions being pushed to their absolute extremes is so good. It's just Mikey's little, like...
And then as he flips through these, Donnie actually starts to realize that, oh, wait, no, I'm turning into my father. It's a horrible realization for a supposedly 14-year-old to have.
Yeah, I think this is also a good moment to just mention that, like, our thoughts about the characters' ages.
Yeah, we can segue into that.
We have 2 different sources about their ages that are official. One source is the song in Evil League of Mutants, where they say that 13 years ago, he mutated the turtles with the ooze. Mm-hmm. And the second one is from the first book that recaps some episodes in what I call baby speech.
It's recapping the episodes in extremely simple terms for kids to learn how to read. And in that one, it's told from April's perspective. And she says that Mikey is 13, Donnie and Leo are 14, and Raph is 15. Yes. She herself is 16.
Calls literally in the same paragraph, she calls them like they are big or older brothers to her. My theory about this entire deal is, especially in the book, is that they made the teenagers younger teenagers, because you only turn into a teenager once you're 13, and 14 and 15, to make them more appealing to children that are younger, that just start learning to read. Because for a kid that is, let's just say there's a 5 or 6 year old, and that 6-year-old reads about a teenager that is 18 or 19 or something like that. That is not appealing.
Yeah, that's a grown-ass adult for them. I think that the way that they act, the way that like the show presents them, and considering that Draxum mutated them 13 years ago and they are all different ages, that means that we're definitely counting turtle years.
We just know that 13 years ago they were mutated, and that Raph definitely was older, but I still think that Mikey is like 15, Leo and Donnie are 16, and Raph is 17, 18, something like that. They're definitely still teens. They are dumb. But I just think they act more like older teenagers. I don't really see the 13, 14, and 15.
Yeah, I see my biggest problem with them apparently being 13, 14, and 15 years old is that I definitely, no matter what, hardcore think that Donnie and April are the same age. Because he wanted to like go to school with her. He definitely gravitates towards people her age. But yeah, here Donnie realizes his mistake and begs Mikey for help. And then immediately Sheldon crashes one of his inventions.
Black matter accelerator?
Yeah, something like that.
It sounds very dangerous. Donnie, why do you have that?
I mean, I understand why Donnie has that. I just don't know why he has it so unprotected and why it's so fragile and just kind of out in the open. But look at the expression here. The expression is so good. A+ expression.
I love it. I love it when they get all squiggly and weird.
Yeah, I love when their fingers just do the thing. Yeah. Their fingers just go all over. It's so funny.
It's great.
And then Donnie grounds, when he grounds Sheldon just kind of drops out of the sky and Mikey throws himself on the floor to catch him. And I just think that's very sweet.
Sheldon looks so angry.
He does look angry. He's a grumpy robot. He's been grounded by his dad.
But Mikey is so soft.
Yeah, Mikey is just kind. He's so emotional and trusting and loving. He's a very good foil to Donnie's cold, evil, calculating nature.
And you can see it in his face. He's just like, you're doing the thing Dad would do.
Yeah, he's like, you're repeating the mistakes of the past. Yeah. It's like, this is what Dad would do to you.
Yeah. It's also literally the face that Donnie has on the slideshow.
Yeah. Oh.
And Sheldon is making.
Yep. And we have Sheldon running away, and he's like, the backgrounds are so nice in the scene, like the contrast of the colors and
A++.
Yeah, I mean,
love the show for every single frame. That you can literally stop it at like any random frame, and it is an artwork that looks like it's from a comic book.
Yeah, then we have our poor little newly teenaged robot going off to the playground and meet some delinquents, the purple dragons. Like the color scheme here is wonderful, and they're just, doing what cool kids do and hanging out at a playground.
Really glad to see them again in an episode, by the way.
Yes.
They're really cool villains and adversaries of Donnie, and I really have to admit, I sometimes forget them because they are not as loud or present as some other villains, but they still are great. And I love the little bit of additional info we got for this episode about them.
Yeah, that Kendra's dad married Jace's mom.
Yeah.
Like, she specifically says, I wish my dad never married your mom, which is a really mean and a harsh thing to say, but also establishes that Kendra and Jace are step-siblings. Totally explains why Jace gets to hang out with Kendra and Jeremy. It's like Kendra just reluctantly lets Jace hang out with them, which is a little bit sad, but also, it's, like, he hasn't done anything right. I hope he gets a win at some point, but Jace literally has never done anything cool or right, so...
Yeah.
And here's a little background joke that I caught, was that I think this is Jeremy's car, considering that he's the one driving it throughout the episode. If this is his car, specifically, then he has a kid as well, and he has a lot in common with Donnie. Because then his child is also a delinquent. Or this is his parents' car, and they have a bumper sticker that says that my child is a delinquent.
Splinter needs one of those as well, because Donnie gets money from very questionable sources.
That is true. And we have seen Donnie send his baby boy out to rob ATMs.
Yep, and then Sheldon hangs out with them, and I commented on this before in the last recording, but Chase is sitting really far in the back here while Kendra and Jeremy are having like the coolest time. Mm-hmm.
Like there's 80s synth music, and
Yeah.
Sheldon's just hanging out, and they go to laser tag, and Kendra shot that girl so hard in laser tag that she fell over,
Mm-hmm.
and Sheldon is somehow holding a gun, which I didn't know I needed to see ever. And then we have poor Jace, who doesn't even have a gun. I'm like 95% sure that he was just there as bait. But yeah, and then he falls asleep. They have fun all night long.
Someone who enjoys vaporwave statics and 80s synth pop, I really liked the scene, obviously, because the music was cool and it was also kind of, tropey
Yes.
for 80s delinquent movies, I guess. Oh man, this looks so cool.
Beautiful
I love
background
it.
again. They go and look at the sunrise, hanging
Yeah,
out. It's
must
being
be
all
the
cool.
sunrise because they met during nighttime.
And then Donnie attempts another attempt at his burrito. I love this face. I love that he's just happily eating his. He spent so much time bitching about this sandwich, and then he eats it in one bite without even chewing it. He probably can't taste it. He's just shoving it straight down his throat.
Oh, it's so disturbing.
I love the thing that adds like the cherry on top with this expression is not just the wrinkles on his face and his eyes going back in his head. It is that we only see the bottom row of teeth. And
I don't
also,
like it.
like, the only bottom row. Also, who eats a sandwich laying on the table? Donnie is such a drama queen. And Mikey's just looking at him as if this is just a normal thing. Mikey says, in this, like, don't you think it's time to take off the restraining ball? And Donnie's like, you're right. It's too easy to take off. I should go and make it permanent. It's like Donnie has zero regrets about grounding his robot for an entire night. And then they find out that Sheldon's gone and left. I'm assuming this is Splinter's boombox.
It must be because Sheldon is 13. He is a drone slash robot. Like, if they're all teenagers, none of them should have any idea how to operate a tape recorder.
Yeah, I mean, I like unless Splinter specifically showed them, and imagine the moment where Splinter was clinging to his own tack and putting in like cassettes and stuff and playing VHSs for the boys,
Yeah.
and then Donnie discovers technology. And how pissed Donnie must have gotten that there's a thing called CDs, and there's also a thing called the internet.
Yeah.
Like, that must have been a wonderful moment, and also horrifically frustrating.
I want an episode of that. I want an episode of them really discovering the surface world because they shouldn't have known it from the start.
No, I mean, Splinter definitely kept them underground for as long as physically possible, and then at some point they broke free, and Donnie was just like, what is this? Is this LED lights?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the internet?
He does like Jack Skellington style.
Yes, he goes around touching everything.
Oh man, but yeah, I think this is definitely Splinter's.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know what video rentals were.
Yeah,
they didn't know what late fees were.
They are aware of something like VHS players because this is what Splinter still has, which so clearly makes him a boomer, by the way.
But yeah, then Donnie discovers that his robot has run away and has probably been gone the entire night, and he goes looking for him. In many places.
The composition in this.
Yeah.
So beautiful. The old masters would be proud.
This specific screenshot is my favorite because he looks so majestic, like a dolphin.
It's just
sticking
a teenager.
Out. Yeah, just
yes,
a teenager in his natural environment. So yeah, and then he goes to Repo's scrapyard where Repo says very overly specific things, which is one of my favorite jokes in cartoons. Such as like, oh, all of this senseless carnage could have been avoided if only their parental figures communicated more.
Yeah, Repo Mantis talks to this guy, Loose Lips Malinovsky, who is, by the way, voiced by Ross Carney.
Loose Lips Malinovsky also is there to sell drone scrap that he specifically says is from the drone racing.
And as someone who's a big fan of shows like where athletes compete and do these courses, I think this is a cool reference to that.
We get this beautiful contrast, and then it's Donatello.
I cannot cope with the fact that Donnie is a genius and he can come up with a jacuzzi in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, Sheldon. He makes Sheldon.
But now he only has cardboard boxes and fans.
I also like that he covered his entire body and then he just put on a cardboard hat, which looks like his hat from Snow Day. I like that.
Also, literal helicopter parent now.
And here I took screenshots of all of the contestants because I want to highlight how hard they went for this, because they didn't have to design all these characters this well. They make like a matching color scheme and like their robots look like them. I want all of these characters to be reoccurring because they're so cool. Like I like this dude's purple and gold aesthetics. And this lady, I love this lady. She's so fucking cool.
She looks so cool.
Then we just have a straight up lizard person
This
and a
looks
dude
like
with
anime.
a cat. Do none of these people care that there's just a lizard person? It's probably a yokai. And then we have Stockboy with an
Baxter
upgraded
Stockboy.
Yeah, Baxter Stockboy
From prison.
Why
Why
is
He's also a genius. He operates a robot that operates a drone.
The point of being in prison is that you aren't allowed to do all the things you want to do, though.
Yeah, but then again, he's a kid. Maybe he's in kid prison, and they maybe are allowed to do, I don't know, robot.
I don't know enough about child prison to tell.
It's a silly place.
Yeah, it's a silly place. Maybe it's just really hardcore grounded in his house.
Yeah.
I love that the robot is just the same robot he uses to mess up the turtle tank in Mutant Menace, except this one just has little drone legs.
Also, these robots are based on the designs that Baxter Stockman in the 87 version uses. It's literally just a little bit changed to fit the style of this show more.
And then we have Loose Lips and this guy. And
who I call Old Junkrat.
I'm gonna just explain my conspiracy theory. Thing is that this red robot, as you watch the episode, you notice that this red robot, more than trying to win the race, is trying to destroy the other drones. You notice at several points that this thing is pushing them into walls, biting them and slamming them into the floor and crushing them. My conspiracy theory is that this red guy is trying to destroy the drone so Loose Lips can go take the scrap and sell it to Repo.
Still blows my mind. I did not notice that when I watched it for the first or second time. I only realized that this is a thing when M told me.
The thing is that, like, why would Loose Lips be there?
He looks so menacing.
Yes,
evil.
He looks evil. They're definitely evil partners in crime, destroying, like, this is their business. They're destroying drones and selling the parts to Repo.
Yeah.
So I totally understand why Donnie does not want Sheldon competing in it, considering that Sheldon isn't even watching where he's going, and there's giant knives swinging back and forth in this train car.
And saws, and I mean, it's a crazy, dangerous course.
And then we have Donnie, he's seeing this, and he's like, look out! And he does, it's like, there's little tears. He's so worried about his robot boy.
Yeah. It gives me emotions.
Yeah.
Also, the thing is that all the other drones, they are not sentient like Sheldon is. They are operated by something else. But Sheldon is literally the only self-operating.
Yeah, he's self-aware.
Drone.
For all we know, Donnie programmed pain into him just to be an asshole. Like, we don't know.
Oh, my heart.
And then we go, and then Donnie headbutts into Sheldon, who looks very soft. Yeah. And then they barely manage to get through. You can see, like, parts of the cardboard getting cut up. I don't think Sheldon would have managed to get past these knives if Donnie hadn't headbutted him through.
I mean, and then Donnie would have had to live with the guilt that because he drove Sheldon away, this entire thing just happened.
And the last two robots in the race was the red murder bot and Sheldon.
Free. Excuse me, Dronatello is also.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot our late contestant Dronatello, who stole the win, and no one seems to care that he's not a drone, not even Billionaire, who is definitely in crippling future debt because he bought the shadow transmitter as a reward.
Yeah,
the shadow transmitter sounds really, really expensive, and poor Billionaire should maybe have just gone for price money instead. Also, I don't think that they had any entrance fee.
Yeah.
How is he planning on making money from this thing?
Yeah, no wonder he's in crippling debt.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh my god.
It's his fault that he's in crippling debt. He isn't even charging for entry fees. It's beautiful.
As someone who is currently studying concept art, I just need to mention something about Jeremy here right now, which I am currently realizing. You know, he has the stereotypical gorilla build, is what I call it, which is mostly used for silly or stupid henchmen. But I really like it being used here for someone who is actually really smart. That's kind of a contrast.
Yeah, and then Kendra just tells him to like buzz off, and that they aren't really friends, and they only wanted the shadow transmitter. I don't even know what they wanted it for.
I mean, we also don't know what they wanted the other thing from Mind Meld from before.
Yeah, the dragon's tooth.
Yeah, but they're just smart delinquent villains.
I love them. They're great. But yeah,
I mean, the villains are great in this because you have the feeling that even outside of episodes, they have their own lives and their own plans and things that they're doing. They're not just utilized for specific things. They just happen to do a thing, and the turtles happen to stumble into their path.
And then we have with Sheldon being all sad and feeling like he doesn't belong anywhere, and Donnie reaches out to his son.
Aww.
I think the thing is that Donnie loves hugs. He just doesn't want to make himself emotionally vulnerable enough for hugs.
Yeah, I love how all over the top this is too. Like, you know, the tears, the Ghibli tears, and then the sparkles, and then the audience going this like, oh, just like I did.
Yeah, like this. Look at them. All these non-yokai people. And then the episodes end in the one way all episodes should technically end. No episode should not end with a double Mikey high five. Just saying, like, all episodes should end with Mikey dressed like...
Good job, Mikey.
Yeah, good job, Mikey.
You did it, my lad.
It.
You taught him emotions. I guess this is...
Taught him one emotion, which is hug it out. I don't think Donnie learned anything else from this episode.
And that was Breaking Purple. Yeah, and the next episode that we got... basically right away, and I was still recovering from Breaking Purple, was Repairing the Baron, which I heard about the premise before, and I was so excited about it.
Yeah,
I really, really wanted this episode.
Yeah, I mean, like, anything Baron Draxum related after the season, like, finale and the aftermath of that I've been curious about what happened to poor Draxum since then, and a little bit concerned for him.
I mean, episode-wise, it hasn't been that long, but because we had 5 months of hiatus between that, it feels like an eternity passed between that moment when we saw Draxum escaping from Shredder and this entire episode now. And yeah, these heads. First of all, the episode is written by Ross Carney and Ron Cosillo, or Cosillo. Again, sorry for any possible mispronunciations. I say this every time because I mean it.
They're basically doing a trial for Draxum for the 2 bounty hunters that worked for him. And I love this water cooler chat. Where are they having this water cooler chat?
Yeah, this is a good question. I mean, the first thing I think about is when they were at the hotel during
yeah, for sure.
But were these 2 even a part of that?
No, they were not. Maybe they were outside.
Yeah, maybe they were just there.
Maybe they just found a water cooler and they just decided to do a little chat.
Yeah. Gotta do some bonding with the teammates, right?
Yeah, right. And then we have Raph trying to fix a fan by nailing it into the ceiling. And the first thing I think about, and this is not just my Donnie stan talking, I'm just like, why, April? Why would you ever ask Raph for help to put anything anywhere?
I mean, he's strong.
Yeah, but he also tries to nail the fan to the ceiling with a drill.
Yeah, with the back of a drill.
Yeah.
And he put the nails in the metal part of the fan, so...
Yeah, it's not very good. And here we see him, like... You can see the, like, dust coming out of the ceiling and everything. Like, April's room looks very comfy.
It does. I like it.
It's confusing.
Also, Raph is trying his best. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I mean, he is trying his best, and I'm very proud of him. And I'm also proud of the staircase for actually holding him up. The thing about April's apartment that I'm, like, always a little bit confused about is that sometimes it's like she lives in an apartment, and sometimes she has a room and a mom. But yeah, April specifically says that usually upstairs the neighbor there's just a lot of clip clopping around, but lately it has been like a dinosaur on a trampoline up there. And
Yeah.
Raph, he gets slammed with a fan and then decides to go upstairs. I love that he's just like, and to not be scary at all, I will put on this mask, and puts on a rubber mask. I also like that April has, like, she definitely does feel like she rents the place. Because not only does he mention Carol, she also begs Raph not to make a scene, which is a very, I rent this place and I don't want my neighbor being an asshole to me kind of.
Yeah, that is very fair. Yeah.
And then we find out that Draxum is there. He specifically says, Carol, I don't want to meet your daughter, meaning that whoever this Carol is trying to hook her girl up with this thing. And I'm just like, wow, Carol, how desperate for grandkids are you?
Yeah.
I think Carol probably can't see things very well, because that does not look like a very... I mean, he's very handsome and all, but he's also kind of terrifying.
Wait, what is that on catitude?
Yeah, he has catitude. There's a bunch of background jokes in this here, like the thumbs up, and then there is a dinosaur on a trampoline. It just happens to be Mikey.
Literally.
And then we get a little...
I love Draxum's little bunny slippers.
They're very cute. I mean, you know that Mikey got him everything in this apartment because he got him this apartment. I like the thumbs up posters, pictures of the earth, a smiley face, bunny slippers, catitude mug. Mikey's trying his very best. We also get to know that Mikey specifically says, well, dressing as a dinosaur and jumping on a trampoline always cheers you up. To be fair, I kind of get it. It's very difficult to be distressed when you're looking at that. But Mikey picked him up from the street and he was like, we'll mutate for food.
I know. Hobo Draxum.
Oh, I love Hobo Draxum. It's because like he's being chased. So he definitely tried to go into the Mystic City. Like,
he did bulk up a lot and very fast though. But like, I know he's skinnier than he was before design-wise, but I think that he was even like more raisined.
I mean, maybe he just hydrated a bit. And then we have Mikey trying to cheer Draxum up. Draxum basically has this face on the entire time.
He's so tired and
he's
so tired of Mikey's shit, specifically.
Yeah. Mikey wants to cheer him up, and I love Mikey's vision of Draxum. He wants him to have a cape. Why? Why does he specifically want him to have a cape? Like, out of all the things, it's just a cape. But this is Draxum. I also love the posters. Show him ooze boss and oppress. I like to show him who's boss.
So messed up. Look at his hair. When did you shower for the last time, Draxum?
It's like the only thing missing is like a single fly, like passing around him.
Say what you will about this Draxum, but he is for sure relatable.
The boys show up.
They're so proper.
They're so proper because they think that they're finally meeting April's parents. And then they show up. Look how excited they are. And they're so charming. And then apparently this was a bet and Leo won. So Donnie
I didn't notice that either. There's so much subtle storytelling that you don't notice when you watch it for the first time.
And then they have a very awkward family dinner. Like 10 out of 10. Most awkward family dinner. Mikey's... That
family dinner was so awkward, I felt awkward.
It's like Mikey was trying to get tricking both of his parents that have gotten divorced to spend Thanksgiving together.
This episode does something that I have been anticipating from the start. Because ever since Draxum was established to be the one that is basically at fault, the second one at fault for the turtles existing the way they do.
Yes.
I was hoping that, he would be like a part of the family one way or another.
Yeah, I've been rooting for a Draxum redemption arc ever since episode 1 because he just had too much comedic potential to just be a villain. Like, if you want to make a villain, unlikable villain that you're rooting for gets destroyed, then you don't do what they did to Draxum from episode 1. Like, Draxum's always been a funny, likable character that I enjoy. Mikey's just trying so hard to have a good time with his entire family, and he just doesn't. Mikey is so hardcore, the youngest. He really is cute.
Oh, look at him, he's so soft.
They decide to take Draxum to Alberto Land.
I guess it's open again.
I mean, they did say it has been newly remodeled. Yeah. And it doesn't have any animatronics in it. So they really don't want to let go of the Alberto IP. He must be really popular in places like outside of New York where like he tries to murder people.
Yeah.
Draxum struggles with humans.
Yeah, he really does.
But he's hanging out with his boys.
Where he's just like, what part of the human is it made of?
That's the kind of joke that you can literally only make if you have properly established characters and a world. It's like the kind of... That's the kind of joke that the entire show needs to have led towards to be able to make. I just
love how alien Draxum actually is from this world. I remember when I watched it for the first time, I was like, he's acting like Sim.
And then when the bounty hunters show up and he's like, yeah, all right, cool, try to fight him, tell me how it goes, and runs away. Like, he's just leaving them there. He does not care. Yeah. I love this combo attack.
Fire smashy, or either fire smashy or fire smashing combo whip.
Using Raph as a battering ram or wrecking ball is beautiful. Also, Raph being on fire. This is excellent. It looks very cool.
I think Raph is big and spiky, and probably to Mikey at this point with his magic whip. He yeeted a gigantic boat. Also with this, we got a Mikey Raph episode, sorta. But yeah, this fight is pretty cool, and I really like that. I mean, it is a very sudden change in personality in Draxum.
Yeah, but we don't know how much work Mikey has been doing on him.
Yeah. And it is really weird for me because even though we only have 11 minutes to have a sort of redemption for Draxum, or Draxum for once doing a thing that is very much out of his character and basically sacrificing his pride to do a right thing. It is only 11 minutes, but it still doesn't feel rushed to me.
I think that parts of it is all the implied lead up that we get when, like, at this point, Mikey literally has a dinosaur outfit and a trampoline in Draxum's, like, apartment. It's like if they would have picked him off the street at the beginning of the episode and he would have come full circle and become, like, kind at the end of it. That would have felt rushed.
Yeah, he doesn't fight Mikey.
No, which is adorable. He's just like, he's it's like he's struggling to deal with his youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Like he made these turtles. Now he has to actually deal with hanging out with them.
Yeah, which is something that I really wanted to happen ever since Evil League of Mutants. I mean, I did not expect the ending of this entire
No, me neither. The face reveal.
Yeah, the face reveal, I did not expect that to happen just yet.
I didn't expect his horns to be fake.
Yeah, same. From all the things, I actually expected his horns to be an actual thing.
Like, I expected his hair to maybe be fake and his horns to be real. This, like, dramatic face reveal, and we get to see his face, it does not disappoint.
I also like his face. I mean, he does remind me of Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
That's fine. Beast was cute.
Yeah, but still, it is completely different from anything that I expected. And I'm also very happy because some people theorized that Draxum under his mask would be this version's Krang.
Yeah, that he would just kind of be a blob monster, just a bunch of tentacles and like a brain being like operating a suit. I was low-key expecting that as well. So I'm very pleased that it subvert my expectations and we just get this cute little cloppy beast man.
But it was also kind of foreshadowed because since we saw Draxum from the beginning of this episode, he was not wearing his armor anymore. So we also know now for sure that what the things that he wore so far were all armor, because from the beginning of this episode with his little bathrobe, you could see the pink colored limbs that he's having, which we had never seen before.
He was wearing a mask, and I wonder why. Like, what part of his culture makes him wear a mask? Like what his kind of yokai does. Like, is the mask like a status symbol? Is it like a religious symbol? I'm just curious. I want to know more about...
I'm just doing a prayer emoji. Please, Nickelodeon, give us enough episodes for us to find out a lot about the Mystic City. I want to know so much about the Mystic City.
It's a very compelling place.
Also, his cheekbones, wow.
His nose is a little bit high up, but that's just so he can do good sniffs.
Draxum is beautiful.
Draxum's gorgeous.
Insane.
Also, Raph, the first thing Raph goes into, if you're gonna live on the surface, you need a job. Raph, none of you guys have a job. April struggles to have a job on a daily basis. Where's the first thing you want to do for Draxum is to get him employed?
Yeah.
In this economy? Raph, sweetheart.
Also, they did not really like react a lot to the face, right?
They didn't really care at all. And then they decide that Draxum should be a lunch lady.
Yeah.
Because
he beefed up hardcore here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess having some sense of purpose does that to him. Does the school not, like, he definitely does not have records or, passport or human skin color. I think the principal of this school is a yokai.
Maybe. We haven't seen the principal yet.
We haven't, but I think that's the only logical solution to why Draxum gets to be the lunch lady.
The humans don't care about anything at all in this world.
I admire how accepting these humans are. They probably just think Draxum has a skin condition. They're just like, okay, we don't mention his skin condition, so he uses his tentacles to throw us over the line. He does not have a hairnet on his sideburns, though.
Why does he enjoy being a lunch lady so much?
Just enjoys any
sense. Why is he a lunch lady? Why?
Yeah, because Raph specifically said that he needed a job where it's okay to hate people and be grumpy all the time. Lunch lady, apparently.
Now I just have the image in my head when Draxum is done with his shift and he just takes off the apron and the hairnet and all that stuff, and he just goes home.
Says hi to April in the stairs on the way up, and he sits on the couch and drinks from his Catitude cup and watches some TV. If we get a future episode about him mutating all of the children into the school into monsters by putting shit in their food, I will not be surprised.
Oh, that would be cool though.
Also, then we can see mutant April. And then they're just like, no, you have to fix them all. And then he fixes them all because he's being scolded by his children.
I want to see mutant April. That sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a cat. Not a cat. I'm just saying, please, not a cat.
Not a cat. Not a cat.
We saw enough of that shit in the 87 version. Please, not a cat. No. Don't make April a cat. Please, I'm praying. Just prayer emoji, anything but a cat.
But we hope you enjoyed this episode this time. Sorry for the long wait. We went through a long hiatus with the show, and then you all are aware of the current world situation. But we're definitely trying to go back to more regular episodes, and we hope you enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this episode, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. We also have a Twitter account, which is @turtles_rising, that you can follow, where we post when we update with new episodes. Other than that, keep tweeting and yelling about how much you love the show at Nickelodeon. And yeah, just stay safe, stay healthy, everyone. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
See you next time, and bye-bye.
Bye.